mean, at least he's happy.
That's true. Like,
No,
I'm happy for the dude.
It is day 4.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know many jobs where I was like, oh, man, this isn't it on day 4.
Yeah, that would be... Yeah, it would have to be bad pretty quick, right?
Normally, you're like, oh, man, this is kind of dope. Like, this is all right. And then it gets worse. Like, then Tina comes from the back, and she's like, oh, yeah, you gotta do all this shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Damn it, Tina.
Damn it, Tina. I mean, it could be Mary or Suzanne or...
Definitely not Janet, though.
Not Janet.
Janet would
she's
not
mad
do that
chill.
to you.
Yeah, she's mad chill.
Janet is mad chill.
Yeah.
All right. But what's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the WOOKIE. We are one misfit short of a Happy Meal. Sheep's drunk on company money right now. I'd say he's on assignment, but he's loaded.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time.
He's getting those little Crocs in the McDonald's Happy Meals.
There's Crocs and
No,
little
those
Crocs
are
and McDonald's
done.
Happy Meals?
Those are over with. We're on the spooky buckets now.
I know it's spooky buckets. The spooky buckets are smaller. My childhood the buckets were. Have you not noticed the size?
Well, I'm gonna tell you a little story. So we went to McDonald's the other day, right? The at the store, and we were getting lunch. We're going to McDonald's, and I'm like, "Oh, spooky buckets are back, dude! I'm totally getting a Happy Meal."
So you got it because of the spooky bucket?
No, dude, I didn't even get. So I ordered from our local thing, and we all went, and the order was incorrect, and I didn't get a spoon. They're like, yeah, we're out of spooky buckets, we're out of Dasani water, and we're out of everything. But we have chicken nuggets and French fries. All I got was chicken nuggets and French fries. So I don't even know. I haven't seen any of the spooky buckets. I do have a ton of the Crocs, though.
Are you sure, like, you know, Ewok, when you... Last time you got a spooky bucket, you were probably like a third the size you are now. You sure the spooky bucket isn't the same
That's not
size?
True. Ewok came out at the size he is now, and is size.
Just like all Ewoks,
all massive fingers. Unfortunately, depending on which side you look at, my mom loves to go ahead and hold on to all things. So I am one of those rare people who have spooky buckets from the, it would be late 80s and 90s, whenever it came out. Do you remember the old Transformers that were like chicken nuggets and fries and things like that?
Yeah, the morning.
Yeah, they're a hot collectible. Yep, I still have all of those. My uncle also happened to be a store manager for McDonald's, and so we would consistently be able to actually find them. The original Beanie Babies, I have all of that. So there you go.
You were living it up, dude. Uncle was store manager of a McDonald's.
It's not as cool as it thinks. But
man, no,
so you just had all the buckets.
You had all the buckets, all the toys.
I'm very, very blessed.
Give you like the one big bucket, and all the other kids got the small bucket.
Yeah,
no,
because fuck those other kids. That's why.
Yeah, some favoritism.
But we still had the buckets. My girls had gone out today with my mom because they were off school, and I was working, and my wife was working. So grandma's amazing and took them for some fun shopping, and they came back with a bucket. So that's why it was on my brain. But I saw it, and I got home, and I'm like, "What's this little bucket like?" And they're like, "Yep, that's the new bucket." So it made me laugh.
All righty. Well, anyways, on from spooky buckets. I should probably tell everyone who's here. We got the nobody cares. Ewok and Dress.
Hello, KeyForge community. Glad to be here.
Hello. We didn't do intros.
We didn't do intros at all. Like, I did my intro, then talked to nobody about it, and then we just went, eh.
Well, there were spooky buckets to discuss.
Spooky buckets. I'm gonna bring my spooky bucket to KFC.
Ooh, nice. Will we be able to fill it up with a drink of choice? So you know how you bring something that is a utensil for drinking, but it is not a cup. Have you not?
So now I'm thinking about getting Archons Corner cups made, but they're chalices.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I want to put some flaming hot Mountain Dew in mine.
Okay.
Oh, the thoughts. I wonder if I can get those made and here in time. Probably not. But we got stuff to go over today. I got to get into the right show notes. We do have some things. We got, first off, OP News with Sheep. Sheep, take it away.
Hi, guys. I'm over here in my new job.
I don't think that's how Sheep sounds.
And get off my lawn. I'm slowly driving my sheepmobile up to KFC number 3. So you better be looking for me.
Why does Sheep sound like Mickey Mouse?
I got candy in my truck for you.
Oh, now he's Mickey Mouse and Herbert the Pervert. Oh my goodness.
No, but in all seriousness, Sheep's out on work, but you should see him. He is actually looking at coming up to KFC. So Sam, say hi.
I think he's going to be there.
I don't know. It's all a question mark right now.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be there. If not, dibs on fraud. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, there was really a question whether the sheepmobile would be there or not. But
that's always
he is out on the road. That way, if it breaks down, he's got enough time to make sure it's up.
Listen, dude, if that caravan thing he's got, that trailer has heat, I'm in. We could just park right outside the game center.
Oh, you don't even know hotel, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we could figure out one of our listeners to shower with. That could be a Patreon. That could be a Patreon giveaway.
You could join X-Ray and I with all the strippers that I'm sure are gonna show up in the hotel room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always down.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well be. It's just gonna be all weekend, nothing but strippers.
There you go.
And there's tons of KeyForge too. But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
have you ever played KeyForge off a stripper's ass?
But in other news for this week, we have Meet the Skyborn. That's right. Real quick, we steal, we blow things up. We are swashbuckling pirates.
They kind of steal. They kind of blow things up. Shadows.
Do you know they're twice the fun?
Shadows did it better.
I'm not disagreeing, but
I feel like this
pirating.
is a who wore it better type deal, and Shadows did it better.
I mean, red line rotation's pretty awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's not good, but when it came down to like who stole better, Coda Shadows is like, chef's. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like them were the days, right? Like when your opponent called Shadows and you knew all your Ember was just gonna go away.
This would happen, right? You'd make a whole bunch of Ember and suddenly, and it's gone.
And it's gone. But you can read the Meet the Skyborn over on keyforging.com. We also got another one. And that Meet the Skyborn, it says it was up on the 16th.
Yeah, it wasn't there when we recorded last week.
Yeah,
this wasn't there when I looked like yesterday.
Yeah, I swear it wasn't either. I swear it was just Gormangeist. Somebody definitely forgot to hit the public button.
Public button.
Yeah, I know what that's all about. There are pills for that kind of thing. I don't.
All right,
that's a private button.
The other article, though, did come out on the 21st. So KeyForge, Tokens of Change, releases this December. That is right. If you did not back the campaign, December 6th, 2024 is the official release date for Tokens of Change. Have you boys gotten a chance to play Tokens of Change?
Little bit.
Yeah,
it's much
like
I
have as well.
Winds of Exchange. Highly dependent on your token.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be true of all token sets, right? Because you're just making so much of one card. So if that one card is good, cool. If that one card is not good, then sucks for you.
Didn't we at any point in time be like, oh man, maybe we should not make the tokens suck? Or was that like not even?
Well,
I mean, this is the whole philosophy behind KeyForge. It's not intended that all cards are going to be equal, and so as a result,
and that's fine, that's fine. But like at the same time, like the tokens, like should your deck just suck right off the bat because you got a shit token?
It is amplified when you have a bad token versus a few bad cards. This is true. I think it's okay to have some tokens that are like good and sealed that are bad in Archon.
Yeah, but I
Like
don't
that
think
sort
those
of thing?
token exists. Like the ones that are good and sealed are typically also good in Archon.
Well, they're not the worst, but
There's not a token that's like, man, this is really good and sealed, but not great anywhere else.
I don't know about that. Like,
Okay, well, name one.
so I think some of the low-powered tokens that against an Archon deck, you're just going to wipe clean, can do well in a sealed environment because you're just not going to be up against consistent C. So you can take a lot better advantage of.
But the decks that are winning are going to have some form of consistency typically.
Well, I am posting
Yes.
in.
So what I'm hearing is, Drazgor, I'm happy being mid.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in a sealed environment, you have to take advantage of the pieces that you are given.
Yes.
And I sound like Ewok, the pieces. And so
The pieces.
there are pieces, there are tokens that you can leverage to your advantage in a sealed environment that in an Archon environment, like try as hard as you want, like it's not going to do it. So that to me, that's a difference. But there are some tokens that are just bad always.
Yeah. Again,
So-
I feel like for a piece that you have to have that you are going to absolutely 1,000% always get, they should at least be serviceable. You can have good
I agree
ones,
with
but
that.
you should have. There shouldn't be a bad token, like because it's like, oh man, I got this great deck, but I have Blorb.
Right.
Now what?
Well, Blorb is
so
mother,
they-
Blorb is father. But I get what you're trying to say.
So my question, I threw up a deck in for all those following along as we cast here on this Thursday night. What do you guys think of the 2-power Logos Savant token? So token creature, cyborg, action, you may choose a card in your archives and put it into its owner's hand. Otherwise, archive a card.
Seems solid. Not
Not
amazing, but like seems like you could combo this, right?
See,
Doing a big archive.
I want to love it, and I also hate it.
So this is one that actually I think is probably better in the right Archon situation, where it's like you can just generate a big archive. Now we haven't reviewed this set yet, right? So we'll get
No.
into it.
Yeah.
But like later. But if you can generate a lot of archive and then pull off some stuff with these things, like it could be good. But I do think it's very situational.
So this deck I've been having a ton of fun with.
Yeah, it also has double Fangtooth Cavern, which seems to me that you're going to be blowing up your own tokens. But
Well, Fangtooth Cavern, I believe, has to sit, but it's such a weird deck. It's got 4 hypothesized, so basically you're creating token creature, archiving it. But the amount of token generation that's here, like it's just the stats don't show
it also
anything outside of
does
speed.
generate 24.5 tokens per cycle.
That's it. Like it's a crazy amount that.
Double
You're-
scale?
Yes, it's double essence scale, unbinding, quad hypothesize, double survival of the richest, and massing at midnight. Umwas, like there's just so much that it is spitting out every single turn. It's just such a
Double Archimedes with auto autopsy, like
correct. Like
that's
it
pretty
is
sweet.
it is a really interesting and double gate warden. It's just a really interesting deck. So I've been having fun with that. But again, it follows in Woe, your Winds of Exchange, that I think that we are really looking for decks that can push the boundary on how many tokens are basically spitting out at a time. And then number 2, what can you do with those tokens? So you were looking at the Archimedes. It's a great line. You can go ahead and use the essence scale to get a lot more value. You can go ahead and gain quite a bit coming off of it with the Titan Outpost or Auto Autopsy. Like there's just, I think that ways to be able to cycle cards back to you or to destroy them for benefit is really important in a token set.
Yeah.
So again, we're off. We'll talk more about this later, but I just had to throw this up because I think it's been a fun deck. And in my opinion, it has nothing to do with the Savant outside of that it can generate just a boat ton of Savants. So
At least
something
it
to
doesn't
keep
say
in mind.
this token cannot reap.
Correct.
I don't think
honestly,
there's any tokens in this set that say that.
So
at
maybe
least they half learned a lesson.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They got a little better with it then.
All right. And I guess we can share that talk if you do have it and you do got a monster, bring it out to KFC because it will be legal.
Yep. Heck yeah.
So, I know that was a question on Discord that was posed this week, so it seemed pretty straightforward. In the article, it actually said that it is viable and live. And then they did push back KeyForge Discovery. So if you're looking for that brand new set, it was pushed back to Q1 of 2020.
Yeah. I mean, I asked,
which is fine.
I asked
There's been
Josh
so
today
many
for
sets.
some OP news, any OP news, because we're OP starved. Josh messaged me back, kick rocks, noob. So I don't know what that means.
Nice.
I'll get back to that later and see what that
get on those kicking rocks. Yeah.
Don't worry. If you were a real noob, he wouldn't have messaged you back at all.
Yeah, that's probably true.
All right. Well, we got Mars to go through today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's not the powerhouse it once was, but it's the house that it's a house that exists in this.
It's a house.
Well, we'll get it once we go through the cards. We'll recap. I definitely have some thoughts on this.
So we'll start out with Bartos, the Ruiner, 2-power Martian soldier. Each non-Mars creature and artifact gains after this card is used, destroy it.
So, I mean,
look at the hesitation.
Yeah,
groaning.
like the power is good, but it's a 2-power, easy to kill.
He dies.
Dude. Yeah.
Okay. So you can say that. I think it's great if you can go ahead and focus in on Mars. I'll throw it out here early. I had it as a 4. I originally had it more as a 5, and I brought it back. And the reason being is, yes, that ability I think is very, very, very strong.
Is there crack cocaine in that beer you're drinking?
The ability for a card being used is destroyed. But the reason I have to bring it, the reason I have to bring it back to where I consider normal land, and that's a 4, is
4.
And that's it's still a very, very good card, but it shuts down a lot. If you're going to be using for fighting, it's going to go ahead, and that is going away if it's a non-Mars card. So that is very, very, very limiting. If you're playing against this, that's a problem. And I think it's an auto kill. It's a witch type kill. Who's
got the sheet open?
I have it open.
You have what's Kaup?
Kaup.
Yeah, Kaup is.
What does that have to do with this?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a Kaup type card.
You're thinking of Bloodshard Imp. That's what I went to.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Bloodshard Imp is a Dis Imp 2-power.
That just says it doesn't, because this is a Kangafant, but it sucks.
It says after a creature reaps, its controller must sacrifice it. That's what Bloodshard Imp is, which is very similar to this. What would you rate Bloodshard Imp at, Ewok?
So Bloodshard Imp, I think, is worse than this, and I will tell you why. I think that Bloodshard Imp has it that it's all of your creatures there. This is going ahead and basically saying, if I'm in Mars and I'm in Mars all day, now that hurts against GR Mars, which could go to town on you, but I can continue to use it with no negative effect, which is great.
I agree.
So I think that's better. I also think that the aspect for artifact is important. There are a number of artifacts that I want to be able to use, and so it's going to go ahead and destroy them. So that is very, very nice. What is very scary about this is a 2-sided card, and so your other 2 houses are immediately impacted by it. That if you have a good artifact that frankly isn't Mars, it's gone. And so that is where I'd put it at the 4, and I'm like, man, is 4 even still too high? I could be talked down to 3 based on that. And so that's where I wanted to show kind of that progression of kind of what we're looking at for bringing it down. But it does fit with the theme of Mars wanting to go ahead and have only Mars. I'm focused on Mars. And I saw that theme come through, but this is a very, very strong effect. I can tell you that Sheep went ahead. Should I do the Sheep?
I went ahead and had this at a 3.
That's where I put it too.
Yeah. And I think that is honestly, after looking at it again and again, I can see that it being at a 3. But this power by itself is really strong. I think that being in Mars, I think if you saw this more in the GR Mars than the Amber Skies Mars, I think this would be even more brutal. But that it is what's there.
No,
could you see that against?
I just play Key Abduct and send it back to your hand.
Yep.
Very easy to get around.
I just, there's a couple things there.
So-
but go ahead.
So, all right. So I actually do have this at a 3, but Bloodshard Imp is correctly at a 1.
Yeah, because it's
So I thought about putting this as a 2, but I ended up putting it as a 3 because I agree that excluding Mars gives you a big advantage. There's not too many ways, like there's not really that many ways in Mars to protect him. There is some taunt, so you can protect on play. This is actually a card that I like better in Sealed than I do in Archon. Right, back to just our previous conversation.
Yep.
In Archon, most of the time, your opponent is going to have way more ways to deal with targets and threats on the board. In Sealed, this can be a way bigger threat. In high level Archon, I think it's just a 3.
I tinkered between 2 and 3. I ended up settling at 3 because I felt like it was very middle of the road. I would more see this as a 2.
Each Don Mars creature and artifact gains.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it absolutely shuts down a lot that is happening.
Mars is the meta right now.
So if I fight into
Mars
this
is the
card
meta, but
and
Guy
kill it,
is also
my creature does not die.
Right,
Right?
but I have so many ways
Correct.
to enter
So you-
ready and kill this thing.
Okay.
This is dead.
I think there's taunt inside. I do think that
there
there's
is,
enough,
but if this was
enough-
higher power,
right.
fine. But at a 2, it's
Yeah.
just it's
So
dead.
does this reach which status? I guess that's what we're kind of actually arguing
It's got
about.
to. I mean, again, it depends on what you got on the board. Like, if I have nothing on the board, I don't care about him because I'm just going to play stuff. And chances are, like, I'm going to find something that kills him, and I don't have to fight into him.
I thought it was an interesting card to start with. Shall we move on? I got it at a 3, and I'm perfectly fine, content with that.
Deimos Burst. It is an action play. Destroy each friendly artifact and each friendly Frank creature. Gain 1 for each card destroyed this way.
So I actually haven't opened this one yet.
It is a rare.
But rares are less rare now. But yes,
Yes. Rares are kind of not rare.
So you're sacrificing your own stuff,
Yep. Ember.
which in-house dis is awesome because there's lots of
Yeah.
Yeah, but in
reasons
House
you want
Mars
to do
that's
that.
here?
In Mars,
No, there was quite a bit of capture that was in Mars.
yeah,
And it just it was not in Mars. But yes, if this is partnered with this, I think it's decent and you're gonna gain additional items from it. But just by itself, it was like, ugh.
This
Right, it
reminds
doesn't
me a
let
little
you
bit of One
choose.
Last Job.
right? Like,
Yeah, it's not
Like
a
it's-
May.
like-
You have to.
yeah, and it's flank, so like, yes, you have some control of your flank, but like, if you want to have it be your dis dudes, like, you have less control.
And not only, you don't, because I mean you can plan for this, right? You
Can, but your opponent
plan.
can
It's not
mess you up.
It's not like it's alpha or anything, and you're like, oh man, now I gotta play this card first or Omni and end my turn. So at least they didn't pull that dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but it's destroying your artifacts.
You
and
are
your
destroying
flank,
your
like-
stuff. So the only thing, I don't know.
So is
Depends
this a
on your artifact.
closer? Like,
No, it's not a closer because it just gives you Ember. Like if it was like destroy that, forge a key at plus whatever. It's not. I don't think. I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I was kind of torn on this card. I don't like it, but I don't.
I mean, I'll
Well,
sacrifice my
kids, I
swap
came
widget.
in-
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I'm between a 1 and a 2. Like I really don't want this card, but like they said, it reminds me of One Last Job, which I never really wanted, but is still pretty good and it's okay.
Well, that was steel. And
Was it one last job still?
Yes.
yeah, it was steal and it was purge. So it was way better because then it's like, oh, I'll just not have to call like
that house again.
Yeah.
basically
That
going
was
down
all
the-
shadows creatures.
yeah.
All right, I'm down to a 1 on this one.
I went ahead and put it as a 1 also.
I put it as a 2, but I'm fine with the 1.
I had 2, but I could be argued to a 1. Like
Got it.
it's yeah. it's not
Argue,
fair.
argue. 1 it is. Eldest Batchminder, 3 power Elder Recruiter, enhances with 2 Mars pips. At the end of your turn, give each other Mars creature 2 +1 power counters.
So I actually faced this evening. And we were playing sealed, and I had no
Do we just put
board
this
clears.
do we just put this at a 4? Call it
Oh,
a
by
day?
default. It's at least a 4.
I think it is just a 4. Like +1 power
Um,
counters don't do.
Yeah, power counters and Archon don't matter. Mostly. The in the sealed batch I was playing, it did matter. It was super annoying. He kept like putting out all these Mars dudes that like would reap and capture. I forget. We'll get to that guy. And like normally I don't care, but I was just like, oh my gosh, I have no way to deal with this. But then
You
I did
needed
the better thing and just stole it and
You
forged.
needed that
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
You needed that awesome board clear. That's not apparent in this set.
Yeah, actually, my board clear was just fight 3 Titan
Yeah.
Titan Guardians until
That
until I
seems to
got
be
my
the
Ember
board
back.
clear for
Yeah.
Winds. Ember Skies is
Sky.
fighting, and that's a terrible board clear,
Yes.
especially when you're behind.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that the double enhanced house pips puts it basically at a 4.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
Man,
Sheep had it as a
I
4
am
as well.
not sold on these house pips guaranteeing 4s to things.
Well, but it
Like
does.
there's
Really,
not enough
really,
of them. There's not enough.
So
Like, I
what you're
get it,
really
you get-
looking at is a 3-3-4 something of that, or a 3-4, because that's the split. But you get multiples, and
No, I
it's a
get
much
it, and
higher
I understand
probability.
how like I understand pips are very important, but like there's so few of them in the set to make like it doesn't like it's fun like and it can cause some wackiness, but like and it can cause some busted stuff, but like that's just
Mhm.
always so far and few between. And all the
But-
Ember Skies decks I've opened, like you get like one of these dudes, and it's like,
Well-
I have 2 other cards that are now enhanced, and it's like, okay, it
But
does
when
create
you're-
it creates such a small amount of efficiency. I don't know if it's that big a deal.
Isn't that what you're looking at for top Archon? That little extra gap. I
It's
mean, that's
so
exactly what it's
small,
for.
though. It's so small.
I mean, this is so we would rate so a 3 power creature with 2 draw is decent. A house icon is better than a draw.
but says who? Is it better than a draw?
Yeah, it's definitely better than a draw. Because a draw is a 1/3 chance you can use it, right? A house icon, even in the base case, is a 2/3 chance you can use it. And you have knowledge of it already, so you can plan for it, right? And so
All
therefore even better.
Let's put it at a 4 and keep moving. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not sold on the house icons being as high as they are. I'm not sold on it yet. We can revisit
I think
this. once we have
the
more.
top Amber Skies decks that actually make it to Archon are going to have these house icons in really interesting spots.
There are not going to be any Ember Size decks that are going to make it to top. Okay.
If you say so.
All right, nice to greet you. Now here's a good card. And this is a good okay, so it enhances with 1 Mars pip. Play ready each Mars creature.
Heck yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. 5?
This is 5. Yes.
It's at least a 5.
Yeah, and Sheep has it as a 5 as well. This real good. If I am correct, and I was trying to go through, I mean, technically, Brainstem and Tenek also works for readying, but in this set, nice to greet you is one of the ways to be able to ready your cards.
Yep.
And
Blip
part
Pip is technically there too.
yeah, but readying all your dudes,
No,
all your
that's
Mars
real,
dudes, like
that's real good. But
yeah,
but like when
And-
we have Dr. Zix coming back,
Mhm.
and like that was the problem with GR is that we had ways to return our creatures, and it just was way too powerful to go ahead and see.
And now I can ready my Dr. Zixelfrix
To see the
go get
Rebel.
more.
Yeah.
Ironix Rebel. Like,
Yeah.
and so Ironix Rebel not being here is great. Mars first not being here is great. I think it being in the rare slot is a better spot for it, but this is phenomenal when it's going to do everyone.
it's got a phenomenal ability, and it gives a Mars enhancement.
Yes.
I put it as a 6.
I don't know if this is a chase I win the game card.
It could be.
I don't.
I
I mean,
could
there's
be.
a bunch of cards we're going to talk about that we're going to be like,
I think you're dreaming.
it's only okay because like it's got a decent ability, but it's too slow, right? This, you're going to add. You have a decent chance of adding another Mars creature that you're going to be able to ready and use, and you could use all these effects that on these dudes that are kind of weak that we're going to talk about that actually have good effects, but they're just kind of weak, right? So I think this is pretty good.
Would I want to have 2 or 3 of them? Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I like am hesitating a little bit is because you kind of maybe don't want Mars in the first place, but
you need to have the good Mars stuff for this to be.
Yeah,
I mean, bare
yeah.
minimum, you're reaping again. So or for the first time, maybe, I don't know, but I'm fine with a 5.
Okay. Would you guys prefer to have Mars or Brobnar? I know it's an off-task
Mars.
topic.
probably
Okay.
Mars.
I'm with you on that.
But
With
But
the
probably not by
reprints in
much.
Mars are way better.
all right.
The reprints are better. Saucer 149. This is also going to come with 2 other things, so we'll talk about those in a minute. It is a
Phrasing.
5 power, 1 armor ship. Phrasing. Versatile. When you play Saucer 149, you're going to exalt it 4 times. Jesus.
No, okay. So the way this reads, the first time I read this, I'm like, exalt saucer 149 times. I'm like, whoa, slow down. But phrasing, boys and girls, it matters.
Action,
Wow, does it
you
matter.
can move 2 of those Aember from Saucer 149 to an enemy creature.
But I think it should exalt it 149 times.
Luke
And
did this on
what
purpose.
wins the game?
He was like, I know what's going to get them. I'm going to play Exalt Saucer 149 4 times. And he's gonna be like, "Wah." He's like petting the hairless cat in his Dr. Evil chair going, "Wah," when he put this card in.
It's not that evil.
That's what I'm
This is going to come with Gamma Blaster. You get a Pip of Ember every time you play it. This creature gains after reap. Destroy an enemy creature with Ember on it. It's also going to come with the stealth modifications. Thank you. 1 Pip of Ember every time you play it. This creature and each of its neighbors gains elusive. Play ward this creature and each of its neighbors. So I like stealth modification. Think that's like.
I mean, it's strictly better
That's
than the what is it? Stealth something.
Gamma Blaster?
The what's the Star Alliance card from Worlds Collide that does the same thing but doesn't ward?
I don't know.
Stealth Dongle or something?
Oh, the dongle.
Yeah, the dongle. You
It's not
know.
a stealth dongle. I just call it the dongle. Because it's a
Hold
dongler.
on. Searching Cloaking Dongle.
Cloaking dongle.
Yep.
So Cloaking Dongle was a 2. This is a better dongle.
And I don't think cloaking dongle has
Sorry, I can't keep
better
a straight
dongle.
face here, guys. Come on. man.
This dongle, I believe, has an Ember Pip. I don't know if cloaking dongle did.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, so this is a 3 then? Perfect.
I think so. I think Cloaking Dongle was a 2. I think Stealth Modifications is a 3.
And Gamma Blaster, you say
I
it's a
had it
3?
as 3. Sheep also had stealth modifications as a 3. I think that fits. Go ahead.
If it wasn't attached to a certain card, it maybe would be higher, but it can't be higher.
Yeah.
All right, so
No,
3,
it can't.
3, and then 2 for the saucer?
No, the Gamma Blaster is not.
No, the saucer's a 1.
Gamma Blaster's a 2. Like,
Yeah.
no. And
Very situational.
very situational. If you don't get it
3,
with
2,
this-
1. My bad.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Still disagree. But
What?
so
What do you disagree on? The
The-
saucer
the-
sucks, dude.
yeah, it's a 0. It's an auto discard.
Oh, that's right. We can give 0. I forget we can give 0
yeah.
cards.
You never play this card.
I gave every
Never.
card I hate a 1. I totally forgot that you can.
I
0.
gave it a 1 as well, but yes.
yeah, like
Yeah, I'm on
you-
board with the 0.
Even if you have a double rare, right? Even if you have the nice to greet you, you probably still discard this because the nice to greet you action, you're basically giving your opponent Ember and yourself 2 Ember. Now, there are times when you'll still do that and you'll want to do that, but like most of the time, that's not a good deal, right? Most of the time, you just want to reap with the thing, but you can't reap with this thing because it's got all this Ember on it. Therefore, you discard it. So,
Yep.
Saucer
I
149
Totally forgot we can
sucks
give
Does it-
0.
149 times.
Yeah, it does. Does it matter that it's versatile and you can go and
Nope.
action it twice?
No.
It doesn't. I don't see it either. I'm like, it's just bad. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 0 it is.
Like your opponent is getting this card reads.
Yeah.
Your opponent
your
gains
opponent
4
4.
Ember.
Yes, that's how I read it too.
So 3,
Bad.
2, 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Just so we're all on the same page. All right. Moving on to
Witch of the Wilds for Mars.
Tangrant. Yeah. What's Witch of the Wilds?
You may play a you
I
may
know
play
what
an
it
unnamed
does.
card.
What's the
Yeah.
What's
Well, did we
Wait.
read this one? Which of the Wild is a 5?
I'm sorry. Tangrant's a 4-power beast. You may play a Mars card during each turn in which Mars is not your active house.
Mhm.
Such clever design here. Definitely never saw
mean-
this card before.
I still
like it.
I put it as a 5. She put it as a 4. I may be biased right now because I'm playing with a Witch of the Wilds and it is getting absolute value consistently. And
So weird.
But
What
I think
was
it's
Witch of the
just so
Wilds?
good.
5.
Yeah.
Witch of the Wilds is a 5?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a 4. That's where I put it. I put it at a 4 because I thought it was a.
Yeah, it says Witch of the Wild says every turn use your best untamed creature, right? This says every turn use your best Mars creature.
No, that's not at all what this says.
Oh wait, you may play a Mars
You
card.
can play.
during
You
each
can.
turn.
It's
Yeah. Oh, whoops.
efficiency.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
sorry.
efficient.
Reading the card.
I'm thinking
explains
about this
the
wrong.
Yep.
Still, same thing.
card. Yeah, I could get on board with a 5. I put it at a 4, but I can get on board with a 5.
Because it's efficient. Even if it's not a great card, it's still efficient.
Still efficiency.
It's getting it out.
And it's a 4, so it probably lives. Huzzah.
Yeah, and it's got
Envy
witch
Glider.
status. Yeah.
Yeah, Envy Glider. It does have witch status because it's a Witch of the Wilds and Mars.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well just have put witch on this card. Envy Glider, 5-power scientist Martian. After fight during your opponent's next turn, keys cost +1 for each friendly Mars creature in play. Oh, sorry.
What's that?
I said, oh, sorry.
Huh.
Why is it after fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's like
Before
almost the
fight,
same
Sweep, action.
as some other cards, but because it's after fight, this is way worse.
Okay, I had it at a 3, and it is a bigger body. It is like I could pretty much get a reap out of it. I feel comfortable with that. It provides me maybe a chance to be able to increase key costs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe
You
do
get
it once, maybe
you'll
do it
get
against
one.
elusive, correct. And so that's
Yeah.
why I put it at a 3. I'm like, I think it's a 3 there. But it's still
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
I put it at a 3 because it's a body that's probably going to get me a number.
Yeah.
I'm getting at least 1 off this guy, probably, right?
All right, 3 it is.
All right, Dr. Sheep. Oh, I'm sorry, right, Dr. Sheep.
Dr. Sheep says the glider's a 3 as well. Get me some candy, little boys and girls.
Kai Pax Encapsulator, 2-power beast with elusive. Is this a spider?
Should we talk about the clever?
Clever, yeah.
Talk about the what?
Clever came out for Martian Civil War, but you.
I have Martian Civil War
Yeah, well,
box. Yeah, let me just. I'll fix that. All right. Eric's, yeah, clever. So he's elusive. He enhances with 3 capture pips. Action, lose 1. If you do, move all Aember from a creature to your pool.
Yeah, I mean,
So he's a 4. Moving on.
so enhance 3 capture is decent. He does have elusive, which is nice. 3 power is, borderline. This action many times is only okay, but in the right deck is awesome.
But he gives
Like,
you 3
you can-
capture pips, so he's a 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, like, here's what I want.
Chiropracts.
I want the so I want to get a Mars pip on my Drumble.
Yep.
Play my Drumble, and then action my clever. That's what I want to do.
There you go. All right, let's go to the encapsulator. 2 power beast
wow.
elusive.
Well,
Oh,
you're not arguing at all. I think that this was better in Civil War with Ether Spider that was there.
Yep.
I
That's
actually
fair.
really like to see that. I had it as 4 as well. Sheep had it as a 3. I cannot explain why, but there is.
Explain yourself, sheep.
I-
Come on.
I don't know. I do think the 3 enhanced.
Know.
Yeah, I think the 3 enhanced pips really push it. The chance to be able to action lose 1 to move all Aember to your pool from a creature is really nice, but that's why I had it for. We're
All
good
right.
with 4, boys?
Yep,
Yeah.
4 it is. Encapsulator, 2 power beast elusive. After reap. Thank God there's an after reap ability, except it's on a 2 power creature. Put an enemy creature into its owner's archives. Oh God, why?
I mean, the ability's not bad.
This is a worse collector worm.
No, Collector
Um,
has to fight.
Yeah, this reaps for it.
Yeah.
It puts it into their archives, which, yeah, I mean,
Yes.
you don't want to put a creature with pips or a good play effect there, but slowing down one of their strong creatures is good.
slowing down one of their strong creatures, going ahead and putting a creature that has Aember that has been captured. So if they have an Aember Pinata, this is a great way to be able to get around those destroyed effects.
Except it dies.
But it's very small. You're 100% right.
Fragile.
Elusive and
It's
died,
a
and
2.
without the chance to really ready it, not consistently, with the Rebel missing.
2.
I had it at a 2.
2. Agreed.
Sheep had it at 2-2.
Phosphorus blast.
2-2. Sheep's in a 2-2?
Look,
Sheep's
the
in a
literally,
2-2.
it's so easy to kill the next card. Oh no, it doesn't. It's a non-Mars creature. I was gonna say it's so easy to kill the next card kills it. Phosphorus blast, play, deal 2 damage to each non-Mars creature. No Ember.
I'll
Pip
tell
on
you,
this
that
one, huh?
art definitely looks like more than 2 damage.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a small island.
maybe.
It's a tiny island. I mean, the
Well,
island's only barely bigger than the saucer, so you know.
No.
Asteroid in the air.
Yeah, floating thing. Man, this card is starving for an Ember Pip.
Yeah.
Starving for an Ember Pip. I mean, I'm
So
gonna
what- all right,
play it.
What was Poison Wave? Maybe you're going to play it.
This kills my imps.
Why- How do you spell poison?
POISO.
Poison Wave came in at a 3.
Poison Wave was a 3, but it had an
Yeah.
Ember.
It did have an Ember, but it did it to everything.
Yeah.
Versus, what's nice about this is it cannot hit your own Mars creatures if you've already played them. Problem is that Mars is meta right now, and GR Mars, I want to do the 2 damage.
Yeah. So you're going to miss their Mars dudes.
I put this at a 2.
Yeah.
I had it at a 2. Sheep had it at a 3.
It is starved. Like it would be a 3 if it had that pip.
It does do mass damage though, like across the board, which is nice.
Sometimes. I think you discard this as
I don't know if
often as you play
discard
it.
I don't think.
And when you do play it, which is true of a board clear, but this has far less impact when you do play it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, shark bait brouhaha.
What we go with there?
2.
Got it.
2.
2 it is.
Shark bait gives you a pip of Ember every time you play it. Play deal 2 damage to a friendly non-Mars creature. If it is not destroyed, it captures 2.
So many conditions.
I didn't like this card in the Civil War.
No.
Would you prefer to have Phosphorus Blast or to have Shark Bait?
I prefer to have shark bait, just because it does have the ability to do some Ember control.
Well, it has a printed Amber on it too. So Amber, it has the capture 2, which you can utilize.
3.
No, it's not a 3. It's a 2. This is like...
It's better than Phosphorus Stars, though.
Well, yes, but Phosphorus Stars is the worst.
I'm sorry,
You're talking
Phosphorus Blast. So many
yeah, but I can't go
Phosphorus
higher than a 2
around.
on this. It's like... It's so situational. Like, it does weird things. Like,
how is it situational? It's a 2 power to a friendly creature.
Non-Mars.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a non-Mars creature, doesn't help you.
You're always going to play
Ember.
this card because it has an Ember pip.
No, it's to a friendly.
Yep. But it has an Ember pip, so you're always going to play it. You're never discarding this card.
But you are putting,
you don't want to kill your own guy sometimes.
Yeah, no, so 100%. Like, if this had just said to a non-Mars creature, it'd be much, much better. But this is to a friendly.
Yeah, we don't believe in good cards anymore, though.
Yeah,
so
you're going to go ahead and do damage to your own creature for it to be able to capture. So you're damaging it, getting it closer to dead. I definitely think this is a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, 2. Windshield upgrade. A pip of Ember every time you play it. This creature gains elusive, and after reap, a friendly creature captures 1. I do like it's an after reap ability, but I hate upgrades. God, do I hate upgrades.
Yeah, upgrade. The fact that it's an upgrade definitely downgrades it. Because, like, there's going to be moments where...
Is that an oxymoron? Is that an oxymoron?
I don't got a creature. And the ability is meh. Like...
Capturing 1's fine. Has a pip of Ember.
Well, you're gaining elusive and it captures for reaping.
It has a pip of Ember.
I think I was in a bad mood on this card. I put a 1 here.
I think it's at least a 2.
I put it at a 2.
Yeah.
I have to put it at a 2, boys.
It probably is a 2. I think I was angry at this card when I was scoring it. Like, do something better for an upgrade, right? Like,
do better. Period.
Yeah.
I do think it could have made a 3 range if it was not an upgrade. But because it's an upgrade, it took a bigger hit to a 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Cobalt. See,
Capulet.
now, I read it as Capulet, but originally when I read it, it was Cobalt Catapult, which is a way better name.
No, this is Romeo and Juliet.
I know.
Peace? I hate that word. Totally fitting for Mars. I like it.
Where's the Montague in there?
Capulet.
I understand, but there's 2 houses in Rome. Never mind. 3 power, 1 armor Martian soldier. After reap, capture 2 for each of Cobalt Capulet's Mars neighbors. Why is it always so? I don't. What is? Everything is so conditional in this set. Everything.
Yeah, it's a little slow. It's not
like
it doesn't die immediately.
I can capture from 0 to 4, anywhere in between, right? I can capture either 0, 2, or 4.
Yeah.
Right. With the way hands are built, right? There's a really good chance that I'm not putting a Mars guy next to this dude. So then I reap to gain an Ember to not take full effect of his. I mean, I'm living in this is not happening land.
Often it's not.
I mean, but he does reap. He does have the armor. I'm borderline 2-3. That's where I'm at. I don't know where I live.
This is actually the guy that gave me big problems tonight because he was getting super beefy and didn't have a board clear. But in Archon, like, you don't want this. I put 2.
I think it's a body there. The 1 armor is fine. I think if you get the reap effect, for anything great, but I don't think it's. I think there are a lot worse cards. I think it can stick around a lot better than most of the 2-power Mars. I'd put it at 3.
It's fair. I mean, I could.
I
be
hovered
talked into a
between
3.
2 and 3. I was like, man, it's a body, so it does reap, does
Sheep has
capture, but probably not. Yeah, I'm just stuck on a 2. Like, I really don't like this guy.
Sheep put it at a 3. I don't know his reasoning. I think that it's going to be very situational to get anything with the reap effect. I'll go to 2. I'll go to 2 with you guys, and we'll move
Yeah,
it.
and capture's just the delay, right?
Yeah.
Well, but sometimes that little delay is all you need. There's been plenty of
True.
times, but Crimson Dax, 2-power Martian soldier. After reap, you may reveal a non-Mars card from your hand. If you do, purge it and give a Mars creature 3 +1 power counters.
If it was just bigger than the 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
the fact
back
that it's
to
2
Tiny
means-
Mars.
Yeah.
Again, I like the ability. I like that it's on reap. He just dies to I don't know, but like, yeah, who is it? Was it Mix? No, Mix the Tall Minded was not this.
He's 5-power, yeah.
There was another one that was
Zizik?
in Coda that did a very similar thing, but he
Zizik.
was
Yeah.
after fight.
Well, it was 3-power. It was fight
Yeah.
reap.
It was fight
Um,
reap. Is this
No,
the
was
many?
it? Yeah.
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 Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, is this the many? I believe so.
That sounds right.
I think you discarded a card or you purged a creature card from your hand.
No.
Yeah.
So this is where, because you were just discarding it with Zizik, but this is you are going ahead and purging. So you're thinning your deck, which I really like.
I do like that, but we're doing it 1 card at a time. That's slow.
And you don't want 4 of these.
I'm thinking, do I want one of these?
All right.
Not really.
Zizik's the Many was Martian Soldier, common too, 3-power fight reap. You may reveal a creature from your hand. If you do archive it, then Zizik's the Many gets 3 +1.
Oh, archive
power.
was
Yeah,
better.
It's an
Yeah.
archive, yeah.
What was Zizix the Many?
He was a 2.
He was a 2. I think this sits right in 2 land too.
Yeah, this can't be. Yeah, 2.
To 2 land you go, Dax.
Really? It's purging to, I don't think it's going to stick around, but if it does, you are purging to slim your deck.
1
even
card
further.
at a time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's not. And
It's,
Like,
if
what-
it is,
if it was like, if it was like, oh yeah, give me 3 or 4 of these and it'll be great, then I'd be like, okay, you can go higher. But no, you don't.
But
If this is what you're doing.
I mean, what?
but then
what is-
does it need
no.
to be a 2/2/3, something of that sort? Because I'm
No.
telling you,
I don't want
Cobalt,
3 of them.
but Cobalt, Capulet, and Crimson Dax fall into the common slot.
I'd rather have
well,
Cobalt Capulet than
sucks
this.
for them.
Okay. All right. I got
I
it.
mean, I just
Two it is.
I understand the deck thinning, but like I'm doing it 1 card at a time.
I hear it. I went to 2.
If it said discard a house from your hand.
Sheepo had a 3.
I know he's gonna cite the same thing. It's deck thinning, and you're getting efficiency.
I like that top level Archon, but
I like it too, but like
You don't want
man,
Mars in this set in top level Archon.
one
So
card
No,
at a
you don't.
time, and it's got to reap, which means I got to play it, and it's got to survive for me to come back to Mars.
you convinced me. I moved it down. All right. Donor Vox.
Vox. Don't know what this guy is doing in the picture. I'm a little off.
It looks like the
by it.
front and back of 2 different 2 Mars
Sure.
soldiers.
2 power Martian soldier enhanced with a capture and a damage. Scrap, give a friendly Mars creature 2 +1 power. When did fucking Mars become goddamn untamed?
Power counters. Yeah.
When did power counters become a thing that excites anyone?
I mean,
do you know
it's
what I
better
want to
than
hear?
moving around your battle line.
I guess. And what's sad is, I mean, because he's got enhancements, he's going to at least be a 3, 4? 4?
3.
I
Fine by 3. I'm
Like-
fine with 3.
It's the 2 worst pips. And it's only
It
2
is?
pips.
3 it is.
All right, let's see what Sheep had. Hold on. Oh, Sheep, no likey. Sheep says a 1.
I actually I put a 2 on this, even though it's got those 2 pips. Like,
Yeah,
I as well put a 2 on this.
yeah.
Like,
there you go.
I mean,
And
I'll be
I
honest
thought
with you,
about the 1,
but it's like,
but I was like, I can't give it a 1 with these 2 pips on it.
I went with the pips, and so I gave it a 3. I'm going down to a 2, guys. We're good. 2
right,
it is.
Harmonic Pact. Pip of Ember. Every time you play it, deal 2 damage to a creature. Reveal a random card from a player's archives. If you do, deal 3 damage to the same creature. Discard the revealed card.
Little damage, little archive hate. Yeah, you know.
3.
Got an Ember pip. Yeah, I give it a 3.
Sure.
It's fine.
Looks like Sheep has a 3. 3 it is.
Wow, we are rolling through these now. I feel like we're like our periods have synced up or something.
Speaking of which, why don't you read the name of the next card?
It's almost like I read the next card and planned for that joke. I could say I did not, but I'd be lying to everybody. Let's go through intentional discharge.
Oh my goodness.
Enhanced
I
with
apologize, all listeners, that you have my
it enhances with a Mars enhancement. Play return a friendly creature to its owner's hands. If you do, ready a friendly Mars creature.
I mean,
like
readying your dudes, awesome. House enhancements, awesome.
4, awesome.
Bouncing something that may ability to maybe have a cool play effect or like an Ember on it,
awesome.
Like all good.
4.
Yeah, I think it's at least a 4.
But did you see for Mars? It just doesn't have a lot of creatures with play effects that I'm like.
No, that's okay.
Well, that's all right for the
but that's
like
perfectly fine. I'm planning for next turn.
You could run your doctor with this, right?
I just need to get somebody upright.
Yeah, no. This is 100%. I like the ability to be able to use. I am just trying to find anything that has.
There's not much in the way of play. You're right. So I just said I did say something with play effects. So yes,
the Ixalan Avenger.
It is a common that allows you to ready something.
Yeah, and it gives you a house enhancement. No, this is real
4.
good. Real good.
Yeah. Oh, guys, you know what you could do? You could play your Saucer 149, exalt it 149 times, then bounce it to your hand, and then exalt it another 149 times.
Is that 149 ways how to lose KeyForge?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a new segment that we should be.
Yeah. Because that's the only play effect creature, I think.
No.
The Avenger, which is silly.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even count one that was there. You have 2. You have.
Are we calling this a 4? What are we?
No,
are we
I think this is a 5.
It could be.
I could be talked into a 5.
Yeah, it's very good.
This has the house enhancements. This goes ahead and
man, if there was some good stuff
5.
in Mars
Sold.
with a playability, like if there was some good stuff in Mars that had a good play effect, man,
I do.
Mars could be busted. Okay. 5. We're all going with 5. What did Senorita Sheep give it?
Senorita Sheep also give it a 5.
All right, perfect. Number 612. 5 power beast, splash attack 2, taunt.
So here's that taunt we were talking about earlier. It is coming at common. So you will see multiples of it.
Yep. I feel like this is a 3.
I mean, taunt, the splash attack 2, I think, can be relevant. I went back and forth this. I ended up going up to a 4.
I had a 4. Are on drugs. Why is it a 4?
It's 5 power taunt.
Okay, so you're gonna get a reap out of it.
You're gonna get a reap. It's your only chance to maybe use some of the other stupid Mars cards.
Maybe that's why I was disjointed. I increased it with the hope. I think taunt is very nice. I had it at 4. Let's see.
Taunt's fine. I don't think it's anything to write home about.
Cheap has it at a 3 too. So. So
This
3,
does
4, 4.
spit fire laser beams from its mouth.
That is pretty sweet.
Just
Better
you know,
than its backside.
that's probably why you guys gave it a 4. I can understand.
Yeah, laser breath is a true marvel of modern Martian genetic engineering.
I mean
agree.
that is pretty cool. If I could have laser breath, I would get laser breath.
Yeah, this is one of
from Dr.
Yeah.
Silperks.
yeah one of his best quotes. I agree. Yeah. Wow.
All right,
All right.
Sinwix the Bold. 3
We're
power.
going for 3.
3, yeah.
Got it.
Anyways, let's talk about. I feel like there's a lot of the bolds in Mars. Am I wrong? Is he the only bold? I feel like I've seen the bold is a title for a lot of Martians, but he's a 3 power, 2 armor Martian soldier. After fight, an enemy creature captures 2 from its own side. Here's your 4. Here's where you give something a 4.
The ability is pretty good.
He is 3
3
power,
plus 2 is
2
5.
armor. Yeah. And it captures 2 from its own side. He does need to die. And you might never actually get the ability. Like, I'm just gonna discharge him, and
this is what
ready.
I want this guy with my discharge, right?
Yep, sure do. Depends on how. Never mind. I like him. I think he's a 4.
Yeah.
I like that it's capturing 2 from its own side.
It is slow.
It's slow, and you basically can only fight against.
But I have
4 or
ability.
less.
I have ways in Mars to get him ready.
Yeah.
I will take multiple of this. This is the first creature I think I'll take multiples of.
Okay.
I will. I will. If I have a couple of him, I'm fine.
Yeah, Dexter in chat said Baldric as the other card with Bold, and so yes, that would work.
Well, he's in Sanctum, and nobody cares about them.
Well, he's also putting that this is a 4, maybe a 5. So right where we're looking.
Yeah.
I think a 4 is fine.
All right, I can go 4. I'll go 4.
Sheep says 4.
Perfect.
So,
Watney's Calculation. Pip of Ember every time you play it. If your opponent has more Ember than you, destroy an enemy creature. Would have been a little bit better if it was repeat this effect. Yeah. I mean, right now it is. I'm behind on Ember, which is fine. It sometimes does absolutely nothing. It does give me a Pip of Ember, which maybe puts me now in the lead. Can we move?
Oh, that happened.
Hold on.
Can we tonight?
You're actually going to be moving in the wrong direction.
Right. Can we move this Pip of Ember over to Phosphorus Blast? We just take it off this card and move it to Phosphorus Blast.
Yeah, this calculation is poor.
It's called a potato.
Watney, fix your damn calculation.
It's called a potato. We consider this a grave insult.
Yeah, I don't understand
that. Doesn't even make any sense either.
I feel like that's an inside joke somewhere that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Oh.
It's not like colon awareness month. That's a great inside joke.
Yeah, I mean,
3?
It's very important.
I'm down with a 2. I don't.
Yeah,
really like
2.
This card.
I mean, it has an Ember Pip, but
you're moving in the wrong direction. That Ember Pip probably, and listen, it's if they have more than you. So if you are tied or have more, this card does nothing but get you an Ember Pip.
Yeah, I think the Ember Pip actually on it is good, but it hurts for the effectiveness of
this Ember Pip needed to be on a different card. But good design.
I don't like this card.
Who knows how to do it?
It is a 2, but I want to give it a 1.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a 2 simply because of the Pip.
Well, boys, we're all right because it's a 2.
Is that what Sheep said too?
Yeah.
All right. Last card of the night, Yandy Lynx. He's a 2-power Martian. After he reaps, you discard a card. If you do, your opponent loses 1. Scrap. Each friendly Mars creature captures 1. Ooh. Kind of like Yandy Lynx.
That scrap effect is decent.
His reap is pretty decent too.
Yeah.
A little efficiency, a little Ember control. He
He's just
probably
really
dies
small.
to me
He's
farting,
really, really
but
small, but
3?
And like, where's his allegiance? Is he a rebel? Is he an elder?
well,
Like, we don't know.
No, hold on. Well, he's an elder because he's in purple. Rebels wear red, bro. Get on board.
Does he look
he's
like?
in disguise.
All right.
But
you say
number
so.
1, he's Janet's assistant.
Think? Is that
Assistants-
Janet in the foreground?
Yeah, assistants now get assistants, so he's the rubber stamper, right?
Yeah.
She's just like, oh, stamp here, sign here. And
Hmm.
he just does it. But I think he's a 3.
I have him at
Is
a
he?
3. I would love to see him at a 4, but he'd need to be higher. I think
I'd
the
love for
two-
this set.
4.
I'd love for this set to be good, but we can't always get what we want.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put him 3. 3.
Okay.
All right. Well,
The scrap effect is real good, though, boys.
it is.
Scrap effect is good. So for the scrap, I'll go to 3.
Yeah, I think that's what
3.
pushed me to a 3 too.
Got it.
Oh, maybe he is a 4.
No.
2, 7, 8.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, I'm stuck at 3.
Oh wow.
I really
Oh wow.
can't
What?
get there. I think he's doing the calculations
Calculated.
of where they all fall in line.
No, so I was switching back and forth, and it looks like Mars and Logos are actually the same scores.
Then we suck at this game. There's no way that's true.
I'm just
Mars
telling you
is
what's
not
there.
that like again, it's like old school Mars almost. Like you need the right shit, and if you don't have it, it's garbage, and if you do have it, it's busted.
Well, but
No,
but in
so what's
Z-score, there's too many.
Yeah, what's really interesting. So for Logos, Archanometer was a 6. We had Imperium Charge at a 5, and then everything else is all
Everything
low.
else is kind of mid.
There was a lot of 2s. You had a couple 4s in there, and for Mars, like you
Guys,
had
you bump those
I
creatures too high. Then
I'm just telling you,
Knock them all down one.
Nice.
they're all ones.
Nice to greet you as a 5. Tan Grant is a 5. Sure. We don't have any necessarily 6s. You got another 5 internal discharge. Your joke was horrible, by the way.
I liked it.
Of course. But we have a lot of 2s. Honestly, Saucer 149 at 0 probably would have put Mars higher than Logos. Wow. Wow.
There's no way that's correct. Hold on. Let me see here. So I have, it's in my little sheet, I actually have all the existing cards as well.
You're also forgetting, like, there's a lot better reprints in Logos, and that's why you're feeling it.
All right,
better.
so Mars, the total score, including reprints, for Mars House for me is 122.
I was just looking at new cards.
For Logos,
there's a lot better reprints in Logos.
153. It's like night and day.
Because it has better reprints.
Yeah, and honestly, all I was looking at was the new cards. So that's where it only jumped out because the numbers were literally the same.
I mean, let's look at the reprints real quick. Aberrant Warp Event. Yeah, because that's a reprint you're on. Brainstem Antenna. Okay.
Amazing.
Right.
That's a 6.
Disruptozoid.
Yeah,
nobody cares. Entropic Manipulator. Nobody cares.
No.
Ixlid Avenger. Nobody cares. Swamp Widget. Nobody cares.
Swamp Widget's like the worst. I don't understand why they keep printing this card.
Hold on. It keeps getting better.
So
the Body Snatcher. Nobody cares.
Aquadon ends up being less than
what?
Logos and Mars. Yeah, well...
Hold on.
Total Recall is probably fine. Stim Rager, nobody cares. Blibip, nobody cares. Crystal Hive, nobody cares.
Crystal Hive is okay.
Garbage. Absolute dog shit.
I guess it's better in sealed than it is in...
Destroyed them all. Probably their best reprint.
That was pretty good.
Flotsam Spike.
No. Brainstem's the best reprint.
Flotsam Spike, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Zip the Implanter, okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay. Zizek, nobody cares. Brain Dart, all right. Zixelfrix without the ability, without a creature to get him back up, but he does have other ways, but now it takes more. Not as easy to set up, but okay. Kaboom!
Well, so you guys overrated the other new commons. That's why he's not as good.
Kaboom? Okay, maybe.
Yeah, Kaboom's good.
Shard of Hate.
And then our last reprint, Shard of Hate.
It's actually probably maybe the best of the old ones.
Okay.
But...
So I've been thinking more about Shard of Change from Equidon.
And you realized you're wrong?
I think I have to step up and say I was wrong.
We already knew you were wrong.
For each friendly shard, you may swap a card from your hand with a card of the same type in your discard pile. We had it at a 4. I do think that it should be a 5 at the very least.
I thought we put it at
Pretty
a
good.
5.
No.
We didn't?
Thought we did.
Yeah, that card's
Hold on.
good. That card's really good. Like, really good.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that is Mars, my friends. So Mars and Logos coming in at 2 and 7,800. Equidon under that at 2 and 5,200. Robnar taking the bottom slot at 2 and 3,900. Geistoid at 3 and 2,000, and Dis at 2 and 9,100. So Geistoid actually coming in at the top for a new. That's interesting.
That seems
Also,
wrong.
I agree with you.
Because the reprints are the best thing about the Geistoid.
I agree with you.
Mm,
So we'll have internal discussion, come back and
Yeah.
talk a little bit more, but wow.
yeah, we'll talk about this later. Because what do we got? We don't got many left, right?
Dude, we have
just
so many
other
sets.
sets.
Well, it turns
Yeah.
out people hate these fucking episodes. So,
What?
yeah, people don't like it when we just go through cards.
Really?
Yeah, they just
What do they want to hear us talk about?
Well, mainly they just want us to shit talk GG.
Well, we
Which
do that.
I feel like we do that whenever we rate these cards, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe after this week with my awesome joke, it'll get a little boost.
Well, we're gonna do
Bro.
Skyborn, so we could give them all next week. So we can give them all the crap about moving your cards around on your board in ways that don't matter.
And why
And all
that's
sorts
not
of-
a good play mechanic.
Yeah, and all sorts of crap about you only get your effect when certain keys are active, right? So we
And
can
why
give all
that's
sorts of
a
crap
cool
about that.
why that's cool in theory, but not in practice.
Yeah, I mean, they needed to be. Well, we'll get to them. There's a couple of cards where the effect is strong enough where I think it's interesting, but mostly it's too wonky.
Yeah, it's all too wonky.
I mean, boys, the good news is that we have next week, which is Skyborn, and
Next
then
week is
after,
Skyborn. After that,
and
we
then-
have KFC, right?
Yeah, we have KFC, which will have plenty of new material. So come see us at KFC, talk to us, give us some new information.
Just talk
I mean,
to Ewok. I'm not interested.
frankly, Josh and GG is giving us a ton of OP news. So
Yeah, look
you
at
know.
all that OP news. We actually know what the special prizes are for winning worlds.
Oh, do we? What is it?
No, we have no fucking
Oh.
idea
Yeah,
why
no
you're
idea.
spending. Why you're spending probably $300+ to come and
No. We do know.
Friends you meet along the way.
It's because of the friends and the parties that we're going to go ahead and
I was
throw.
gonna say, that has nothing to do with the
AC and Help from
friends.
Future Self and all
I'm
of
here
our
for the
content
booze.
creators. Well, but between all the content creators who are going above and beyond, that's the reason why KFC is very exciting.
I'm here
So,
for the alcohol, hot tubs, and bitches.
There you
And
go.
only 2 of those will be present.
It's gonna be way more than 300. We are by the way, we are talking about potentially doing an in-person draft for the next ABR season
Ooh.
at KFC. And so that would be pretty
Doesn't
fun.
that go against all of ABR's like BS of anonymity and where people were drafted?
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be public. We might lock ourselves in a room and
That
then
is
like
so dumb. I still
and
think
then
you should do
Wookiee
it
will
like the
fall from
NFL
the
draft.
ceiling when he's
Will-
like crawling through the vents trying to hear where people are getting drafted, right?
I still
Do we
think
have-
do it.
do we
it
have
should
to
just
go
be
ahead and
straight up
wait and-
NFL like who's the leader of ABR? Is it
Well, it's Flaming Hobo
I was
who's
gonna say,
the primary
is it
organizer.
Hobo who's the primary? Like, he should
Yeah.
come out to the podium and be like, with the 12th pick.
No,
Yeah.
And ABR
No.
19.
no, I do not want to see
Dr.
the
Sheep
12th pick.
selects
No,
the
because
choke show, Drazcore.
no,
Except
And then
I'm
he walks
a
up.
captain
He walks
and
up and he
Sheep's not, but
he
yeah.
puts his hat on. Right? He's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
baby, got that big." And like he gets like a jersey or something. Like that would be cool.
Team
Okay.
Grumptastic.
Team
So
Grumps a
if-
lot.
Yeah.
if you're doing it just for the first round or 2 rounds, fine. Some
Well,
comic
nobody
relief.
watches the last round of the NFL draft.
Yeah, but
Like
that
you literally
this is
watch
why
day 1, day 2, and you're done.
But this
We-
is why
so-
anonymity is important. I don't
Yeah,
want to be
and-
that last pick, and I very well could be. And so that
Man,
that's why it's just not.
And
Grow
yeah,
up.
I actually totally agree. There are folks who I know are like
it doesn't
pretty
bother
good
me,
players
but it takes.
who I will draft late because I think other people don't know that they're good players, so I think I can get high value from them in later rounds. But like, if they were like, "Hey, what round did you draft me in?" and I was like, "Well, what's the last round?" Right? Like, like that would feel good, but like I might have been really happy with that because I got high value. But like that doesn't come through, right? So like, so I agree. We I don't think public draft is something that for the vibe we want on the league is what we want. Like, yes, we've got some like very experienced, like strong players, but like we've got fun formats and we've got folks who are like pretty new, right? Like I got folks coming to the store for the new set who were like, "Yo, you should join this. It's going to be fun," right? Like, and you know, I'm going to be happy if I can get like 1 or 2 of those guys like are already pretty solid. Like, and if people are like, "I don't know who the heck that is," and I get them really late, like I'm going to be over the moon. But like, if they're like, "Wait, I thought we were friends. You drafted me so late," like that, you know, it just, yeah, I don't think it should be public.
Well, listen,
So I went
Drazcore,
over-
like this is a businessman, right? And
It's not a business.
we are
We're
putting
just like
ourselves
having fun, dude.
we are putting ourselves in the best predicament to win football games, right? So, suck it up, Buttercup.
But that is business. This is just like, yeah.
All right, Drez, do you actually have? So I went over on ABR's Discord, and they are signing up. So time has come for ABR 12, but
Mhm.
I actually did not see a closing date or to sign up. Talk
did
about
they
the
not?
form. No, they talk about the formats. They talk about the entry
Yeah.
costs increasing from 10
What are
to
the
12, which is
formats?
still nothing.
What is the
Uh,
formats?
So I'll run through them since we're here, and then that'll give Drez a second. Archon best of 3, and that's Aember, Skies, Talk, and MM only. So those are the 3. Alliance best of 3, no key cheats, no cards from restricted list. Sealed best of 1, Aember, Skies, Talk, and Triple M. Tri-adaptive best of 3, bring 3, ban 1 like normal Triad. All games in the set are best of 1 adaptive. Versatile pairs best of 1. You and a teammate both bring the same deck. One of you plays Archon, the other plays Reversal against a pair from the opposing team. And then Team SAS Ladder best of 1, which is FFG only decks. And then Key of Darkness best of 1. Your deck must have a Key of Darkness. One of your keys must come from Key of Darkness.
Just like that, I'm not interested.
If you win the game without forging from Key of Darkness, then use the continue game until you keep playing. So 3 days later, you'll still be playing to get Key of Darkness.
No, I heard best of 3 and I was out.
No. They're all best of 1.
No,
well, not
the
the
first
Tri-Adaptive.
like 3 things you listed were best.
Yeah,
Not Alliance, not Archon,
so,
not
yeah,
Tri-Adaptive.
Archon Alliance.
Bring an
and
alliance,
and
no key cheat,
Tri-Adaptive.
no thank you.
Yeah, best of, but Archon Alliance and Triad are best of 3. You are right.
Archon, only MM, Talk, and Ember Skies. No thank you.
What? That sounds great.
Why?
I'm excited to see what happens.
Anyway,
new sets.
Did
New
you
meta?
find out, Draz, when this closes, or just come and?
I don't know.
know.
It'll be so. Let's pretend that we do live draft at KFC. It'll be like, right before, or maybe even like the Thursday of KFC, so we can advertise there or something.
Because there isn't enough already happening for KFC. I do want to see a couple of, as we go through the palpable election, that you need to have a little smoke that comes up to signify that the draft has begun.
That's called farting.
I could always just light up a cigarette and go that route.
So
you guys do realize that you'll have different smoke color to represent that the Pope has been voted in. Okay, sorry. Anyway, joke over your head.
That's a butane lighter versus
it's white smoke.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, if when a Pope dies and the cardinals can't reach a decision, they blow black smoke. And when they finally make a decision, they put white smoke. And then little Abuela is Quark. They cry.
Wow.
For like 3 days.
So all right. So Wookiee was just like rah, 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 best of three, but like we kind of on purpose do a split because there are a bunch of players who prefer best of three, and there's a bunch of players that prefer best of one. So
it's a compromise.
Yeah. So one of the things about ABR that I think is cool is there's a lot of variety, and yeah, there's probably a week where a certain format is like not your favorite, but like there's going to be another week where it's going to be your favorite, and it's different for everyone. And
none of those formats sounded like any of my favorites. So
then
what do you want? You want like what would be your format, Wookie? What would you want in there? What do you say?
24/7.
Oh gosh,
and the last one. I will say I do not have as many of the new decks from our new
Neither do I.
But I actually, this is exciting. I've been missing our ABR league, so maybe I have to pop back in because it has always been a ton of fun whenever I've played. And you don't have to have the decks, so even if you're listening or hear this and you're like, hey, I want to play, but I don't have decks, the teammates will have a ton of decks that you can choose from, so no worries.
I'll be happy to draft you last, Ewok.
So if you'd like to participate in some non-Ghost Galaxy organized play, because that's all there is, join ABR.
I mean, it's about to be KFC, so...
And then 6 months of silence.
Well,
6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 weeks.
KeyForge cycles.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll do something different this time. I know.
Spoiler.
Probably not, but...
Spoiler. They won't.
Well.
Listen, you got to get used to disappointment now because it just
they're listening to us. How are they not used to disappointment?
Who is? Oh yeah, no! This is 100% true. I don't even know what. If you're listening to this, what are you doing with your life? I'd reevaluate if I were you.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I need to go reevaluate my life because I host this show.
Yeah.
Now it feel like what it would be being me.
Yeah, it sounds lame.
It is. not even gonna try to fight it. I get here every Thursday to be belittled and berated by my other co-hosts. It's fine. It's fine. I kind of like them. They're all right.
I mean, you picked us, right? I mean, you could have gone with the happy-go-lucky cast over there.
I didn't really
some
pick
of those other
you.
podcasts.
You came with a Jupiter, and you just stayed. You never left. So
yeah, it's true. It's true. You're welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I got guilted into sheep. Let's be honest. Like,
yeah, that happens with sheep, right? Like, he's just gonna be even grumpier, right? So it's like, oh, fine.
How grumpy is it? I don't know, man. After seeing his post today, maybe sheep's turning over a new leaf.
Could be. He's like drinking at work right now. He's pretty happy.
Happy sheep. I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to. How do I even read into this? Like, I'm lost.
Mm-hmm.
Another question: how did Mars end up with 5? Was it 4 or 5 cards with house enhancements on them?
Because it's the only thing they got going for him. Despite
every
addition,
other house got like 2.
Whatever math Ewok just said sounds wrong. So everybody should just say
the average that's there. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I think we might have to revise these scores.
Yes, no.
I don't think they're wrong, dude. I don't think Mars is as bad as you think. Like when it comes together, it's a beautiful thing, and when it doesn't, it's a sack of crap. It's just, that's how it is. But next week we talk about pirates, so there's that. sky pirates.
Yeah.
They live in the air. But with that being said, we will see you all next week.
Happy forging, everyone.
May the forge be with you.